Hello everybody, welcome to our Year 1 Spring Term Curriculum meeting where you will come find a little bit more information about everything that's going to be happening this term. Oh, there we go. We are going to start off with some key dates. So these are quite short half terms this time round. So from now we have our first half term and we break up for half term on Friday the 9th of February. So then we have a week off and school will reopen on Monday the 19th of February. On Thursday the 7th of March, just a heads up, very exciting day, World Book Day. And then our Easter holidays are start on the 22nd of March, and we have 2 weeks off, and school will reopen on the 8th of April. Any new dates, like it says at the bottom there, any new dates or events that aren't on here will be communicated to you via not the class blog, via Class Dojo, school newsletter, and learning letters.
Okay, just a bit about what the children will be learning in literacy. So we are looking at a variety of different fiction books and non-fiction books, and focusing this half term on Rapunzel and the Jolly Postman. We're really trying from now on for the children to be making sure they're using their capital letters, full stops, finger spaces, making sure they're having a go at using their own phonics. We're looking for them to be able to use their sounds more than actually being able to write the words, spelling them correctly as such, but obviously making sure that at home you're encouraging them to have a go at extra writing opportunities. It could be writing lists like for shopping, a story, a book for a friend, anything like that would be great.
In maths this term, we are going to, from now on, we're going to be looking at numbers to 50. Then we'll be looking at addition and subtraction within 20. We're going to have a look at fractions, and we're going to have a look at measures of length and mass. So during this half term, the children will have the opportunity to consolidate and revisit anything that we've done in the autumn term. So we've just done numbers up to 20, now we're doing numbers up to 50. That doesn't mean that we're forgetting all of our numbers up to 20. It's part of it, and we will be revisiting and consolidating that knowledge. But we'll also be introducing new strategies for calculating things and ways of identifying our numbers up to 50. Other new learning includes finding and identifying a half and a quarter of a shape or quantity, which is very exciting. And maths homework will be set weekly relating to whatever we're currently doing in class.
And then this first half term, we are focusing heavily on history and geography. Our new topic, hopefully the children have told you, is Brilliant Britain. We really enjoyed our WOW Day last week, so hopefully the children will love the learning that we've got ahead for them. So as historians, we will be looking at past royals as well as the present, looking at castles, how they protected their kings and queens, and comparing objects and people from the past and present. And then as geographers, we will be exploring the UK. It's 4 different countries. We'll be using atlases, looking at maps, exploring capital cities, and also we will be comparing the UK to some other countries as well, looking at the similarities and differences, and we'll be really working hard to look at keys this half term as well.
In science, we will be learning about everyday materials this time. So we will be identifying, naming a variety of everyday materials, and you can see some of the materials that we'll look at there. And also describing their simple physical properties and comparing and grouping them together based on these. We're going to do a really exciting experiment in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah.
Where we need to help the Jolly Postman to keep his letters dry from the rain, and we will do a big investigation about which materials are waterproof and what will keep his letters dry when he's out delivering and the weather is not so nice.
And then Ari, like always, we have our key question for the half term. So our question this time is, how and why do we celebrate special and sacred times? So the children will be thinking about different celebrations, thinking about the celebrations we might celebrate, such as birthdays, Christmas, Easter, and then obviously also looking into the different religions as well. We will be looking at Passover, thinking about how that might be similar or different to Easter, and we will also do this in a matter of ways. So we'll be looking at doing it through some drama, through some writing, through some music as well, so using all of the children's skills to support them with their learning.
In PE, we are following the Real PE framework. We continue to follow this. And we are very lucky, I've popped there, that this half term we have an external coach coming in to deliver gymnastic sessions to the children. And these gymnastic sessions will be on a Wednesday this half term. While obviously we have PE on a Wednesday, I've popped there to ensure that your child's PE kit is in school for the week, because sometimes things happen, timetables change, sometimes we do extra PE lessons, and it just means that your child's PE kit is there at all times, so that we don't have to worry about getting it in if something different happens.
And then home readers. This half term we are doing home readers slightly differently due to staffing. So there will be 3 groups of children that will take their phonics book and sharing book home on a Wednesday, which is to be returned on the Monday, which is the same as normal. And then, excuse me, there will be 2 groups that have got a phonics book and sharing book, which will go home on a Friday, which will be returned the following Wednesday. So that's just the slight difference. Obviously, if there are times where, because it's new, that books are handed in on a different day to begin with, that's completely fine, just as long as we get those back in. And obviously, we are going to try our best to make sure that the children are reading 3 times a week, before it goes home, again, just to improve their confidence, their fluency, so they will be experts when they have it at home, but it's all to help with their progress.
Perfect. We will continue with what we have been doing in terms of merits. So we have a merit board in class where children will pop down any merits they're given while they're in school, and on a Friday these are transferred onto Class Dojo. Just a reminder about the certificates that your children can receive. So 75 for bronze, 150 for silver, 250 for gold, 500 for special. Children receive merits not only for things that we do at school, but for things that you do at home. So every time that you are reading, completing homework with your children, they will get merits for that, to encourage them to practice things at home.
And then homework, again, we will be doing our literacy and maths, focusing again heavily more on the maths, will be linked with their learning. Literacy, we will try and do some extra phonics, some extra spag work, just to boost that up at home as well. And it's just the opportunity for the children to recap their learning, as well as just trying these new skills. And also we do appreciate that it does take that time at home, but obviously homework is handed out on a Wednesday, returned to school on the following Monday. Again, like I said, with the home readers, we do have that little bit of leeway. We have those couple of days, so as long as it's in school ready for that Wednesday, that'd be fab.
A reminder about PPA cover as well, that it's usually a Thursday morning, it's always subject to change. We have our planning and assessment time out of the classroom, so the class will be taught by a familiar teacher within school wherever possible. If it is an unfamiliar supply teacher, then obviously the teaching assistants will always be there as like a familiar face.
And then finally, just to end off with the end of year expectations for reading, writing and maths, we'll flick through these, give you a little bit of time to have a read through those as well. So we've got reading, looking at relating reading to own experiences, making predictions, making inferences, reading with pace and expression, knowing the difference between fiction and non-fiction. Again, this will be helped through literacy and with their guided reading, as well as taking those books home for you guys to read with them.
Yeah. In writing, obviously, like Miss Rice said earlier, big focus on clear sentences, capital letters, full stops, finger spaces, really important at this time of year. We are also having a look at using conjunctions, so like and, use, but, use, so. I know my class have been really into the word because recently.
Yes, mine too.
Using different kinds of punctuation, like we've got an exclamation mark, a question mark down there, and correctly forming letters through this year. I know I said in autumn that it's really important that letters are formed correctly, because when we start joining our letters together, it will be really difficult if they're not forming letters correctly in the first place. So big focus on that at the moment.
And then finally, maths. So the children should be able to count to and across 100 forwards and backwards, reading and writing numbers to 20 in both digit form and word form, saying one more, one less, counting 2s, 5s, 10s, using their number bonds and subtraction facts to 20, adding and subtracting within numbers of 20, adding 3-digit numbers, looking at sequencing, which I know we've done before, and being able to tell a time to half and an hour.
I feel like I need to remind at this point, these are end of year expectations.
Yes, not just yet.
Yeah, so this isn't what we're expecting now, but this is what is expected by the end of year 1. So I think that's the end of our presentation. Thank you very much for taking the time to listen, and
See you soon.
thank you. Bye.